Toxic people don't fear strength. They fear control. They fear boundaries. And most of all, they fear people who no longer react. The moment you stop feeding their chaos, everything changes. Without confrontation, without arguments, without a single word. Here are 7 silent habits that quietly shift the power and make toxic people lose their hold over you. 1. You stop explaining yourself. Toxic people survive on confusion. They push you to justify your feelings, your choices, and your boundaries. When you stop explaining, you remove their leverage. You realize something important. You do not need permission to protect your peace. Silence after setting a boundary sends a clear message. Your energy is no longer negotiable. Toxic people fear this because explanation invites debate. Silence ends it. 2. You control your emotional responses. Nothing fuels toxic behavior like emotional reactions. Anger, defensiveness, overengagement. When you respond calmly, or not at all, you break their pattern. Emotional control is not suppression. It is discipline. The more neutral you become, the less power they have. They expect reaction. They fear composure. A calm presence in the face of manipulation is deeply unsettling to someone who thrives on chaos. 3. You set boundaries without announcing them. You don't threaten. You don't warn. You don't argue. You simply change behavior. You reply less. You engage selectively. You leave when respect disappears. Silent boundaries are powerful because they don't give toxic people something to fight. They feel the shift before they understand it. Access is reduced. Influence fades. And suddenly, they realize they can no longer control you. 4. You stop seeking validation. Toxic people love when you need approval. It keeps you dependent. The moment you stop seeking validation, the dynamic collapses. You no longer need reassurance. You no longer chase acknowledgement. You trust your own judgment. This independence is threatening. When you validate yourself, toxic people lose their role in your life. And without that role, they lose relevance. 5. You become predictably unavailable. You are not always reachable, not always responsive, not always present, not because you're playing games, but because you have a life that doesn't revolve around managing others. Toxic people fear this consistency. Random unavailability creates curiosity. Predictable unavailability creates respect. Your time becomes valuable because it is protected. Your energy becomes rare because it is reserved. And scarcity always shifts power. 6. You observe more than you speak. You listen. You watch. You process. Instead of reacting in the moment, you collect information. This habit protects you. Toxic people reveal themselves when you stop interrupting their behavior with emotion. Silence allows patterns to surface. When you speak less, your words carry weight. When you act instead of arguing, your decisions speak for you. Observation creates clarity, and clarity creates control. 7. You detach without hatred. This is the habit that changes everything. You do not seek revenge. You do not wish harm. You simply let go. Detachment without bitterness is terrifying to toxic people. Anger keeps a connection alive. Indifference ends it. When they can no longer trigger you, control you, or affect your emotions, their influence disappears. You move on, calm, grounded, and unaffected. And nothing scares a toxic person more than knowing they no longer matter. Toxic people don't fear confrontation. They fear self-respect. They fear people who no longer argue, explain, or react. They fear those who choose peace over proving a point. Silence, boundaries, and emotional discipline are not weakness. They are quiet authority. When you master these habits, you don't fight toxicity. You outgrow it. If this message resonated with you, subscribe for more emotional intelligence, mental strength, and calm confidence.